Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach, and today I'm talking about detach to attract, how you can attract women easily. Okay, so this is a dating advice video for you guys out there who are single, and perhaps even maybe guys out there that are perhaps seeing a woman or was seeing a woman and she's lost interest, and how you can attract her back if there is still some attraction there. Because what you got to understand about attraction isn't a choice. So if she's not attracted to you anymore or was never attracted to you, then there's not much you can do about it. But if she is attracted to you and still has some feelings for you there, if you display strong dominant behavior by being able to detach, essentially, then she will come back to you. If you show that you are unaffected by her leaving or her not messaging you back in the appropriate amount of time, and you show that you're not affected by her by remaining distant and staying detached, then you'll be able to reattract those women who may lose interest or have lost interest. And you can use this philosophy when you're dating as well, by becoming skeptical when you're on dates, and kind of keeping women a little bit at arm's length until you spent an appropriate amount of time with them to give them then your heart and to let your guard down. Okay, and the best way as well, okay, to know when that's the right time is she's done those things for you. So for example, if she starts telling you, I love you, I really, really like you, she starts talking about relationships, then you'll know she's starting to fall in love. You can let down your guard a little bit and reciprocate those feelings, okay, if you obviously as well feel the same. So what's the philosophy then and the mindset of detachment? So this is the best way that I can personally describe it, okay? And that is, if I lose you, so that I is you in this situation, okay? If I lose you, if I lose this woman, I know in my heart and in my soul that I will be okay. If I lose you, I know I will be okay. Okay, and that's the philosophy of detachment. Okay, when specifically when you're just dating a woman and you're not fully exclusive yet, because obviously if you go for a breakup and you're with a woman for a long time, you may not be completely okay if that breakup happens. Okay, but what I'll say to that is that if you know how to spend your time wisely, and if you learn to enjoy being single, if a breakup does happen in the future, you should, even though it will suck to go for a breakup, you should know on some level that even if you go through that, you'll be fine because you enjoy being single. You know how to enjoy being single. You know how to enjoy being in a relationship. So if things do fizzle out, you know that you will be okay. And that's the mindset that you need to develop within yourself when you are dating women, and also when you're in a relationship. Even though, like I said, it can be a bit more tricky when you've been with someone for a long time and they break up with you or the relationship ends. Maybe you break up with them. It's still a tough thing to go through. So it's much easier then to be more detached when you're just dating. And it's a good idea to stay relatively detached within those first few dates, so you can remain skeptical. And the best way I can say why this is important, to remain somewhat detached when you're just dating a woman, is because of a personal experience that I went through. So within the first 3 or 4 weeks of me dating a woman back in my early 20s, I'm 33 now, so this was about 13 years ago now, 13 or 14 years ago, I started dating a woman, and I let my emotions get ahead of me, and basically I ignored red flags. And the red flag that I was given by this woman was, she said to me, what would you do if I cheated on you? Now, because I had not remained detached, okay, even though those words rang alarm bells, and the reason why I know that they rang alarm bells is because I still remember her saying that to me, okay, and I still remember feeling that that's not the right thing to say. That's not a normal thing to say. Okay, something bad is going to happen. That was a forecast of the future, and she did eventually cheat on me. Okay, so when you're remaining detached at the beginning of the dates, when you first start dating a woman, it's a good idea to be aware of those red flags. But it's hard to be aware of those red flags if you've already let your emotions get ahead of you. Okay, because if you've already ruminated about them loads, thought about love songs, thought about your future together, when you're not even in her presence, and this is stuff that you're doing in your own time when you're not with her, and you're ruminating about her, and you're listening to love songs, you're getting all excited, you're imagining the amazing future that you're going to be having, you're getting more and more and more and more and more invested, okay? And you're getting more and more invested when you're not even together, because you're ruminating and you're dreaming about her and you're fantasizing. Okay, so it's a good idea to not do that, to try and refrain yourself from doing that so you can remain detached. So you can give yourself enough time to get to know her, to see if she deserves this level of devotion and love from you, because it might be that she's got a lot of red flags, like the woman I described in my own story. Okay, so you got to pay attention to the red flags. But like I said, it's hard to do that if you've been ruminating a lot about it, if you've been fantasizing enough. So you got to remain detached. Okay, so how are some ways then that you can remain detached? Okay, because obviously it's really, really difficult to do that. If you meet a woman who absolutely blows your socks off, she's beautiful, she's got a great personality, and perhaps she's fun to be around, but you don't quite know her enough yet to see if there's any red flags yet. Because like I said, it was like around week 3 or week 4 of dating this woman that she asked that to me. She, what would you do if I cheated on you? Okay. So these red flags may not show up straight away. You may go on one date and she displays everything perfectly, but it could be date 4, it could be date 7, it could be when you first got into that relationship with her that she starts to display red flags. Because like Corey Wayne says, he says people can hide who they are for the first 90 days of a relationship. People can conceal, okay, who they are. Okay, and they may put on a mask, and it's only when you spend a longer period of time with them that these red flags start to appear. So you have to remain detached, okay? So, what are some more ways that you can detach yourself from this person? So first of all, you've got to, like I said, enjoy being single, okay? And you've got to have some goals for yourself. You know, you've got to be trying to create a really awesome life for yourself. So you've got to have a vision for the future, a vision of how you would like your life to be. And you've got to be working towards that every single day, okay? Because that will give you a goalpost and some more things to think about and some more things to do that is got nothing at all to do with women. That's got nothing at all to do with your love life. If you're creating a business that you're really proud of, if you're, you know, trying to learn a new instrument, or perhaps you've got some other hobby, or perhaps, you know, you're really getting yourself into your work because perhaps you really enjoy your career. You've got a vision for yourself. You've got a vision of what you would like to be in the future. You've got a vision of how you would like your life to be, and you're working towards that. And it's got nothing to do with women. So that's one way that you can detach from women, especially if these goals should be really inspiring to you, really fill your spirit with inspiration and make you feel amazing. Okay, so when you visualize them, you get goosebumps, you feel excited, you want to work on these things, you want to work towards your goals. Now for you, that may be creating a business, or it could be something like, having the body that you want and going to the gym frequently and trying to craft that body that you would really like. It depends on what you like and what you want as a person. Okay, what is important to you? What lifts your spirits up? What makes you feel inspired? Because it's going to be different for everybody. Okay, and work towards that every single day whenever you get the opportunity to. Okay, so you've got something outside of women that is something extremely important to you, and you've got to make that your main priority. You should see that as your main quest. If you want to talk in video game terminology, you know, that's your main quest in life. That's your main purpose in life, whatever that may be for you, that inspirational feeling that gives you those inspirational feelings. And women should just be a side quest. It shouldn't be your main quest in life. Okay. So another way that you can detach as well is a mindset shift, okay? And the mindset shift, obviously, like I first described, is if I lose you, I know that I will be okay, Because you know how to use your free time. You enjoy being single. Yeah, it'd be great to be in a relationship, but it doesn't matter too much to you because you also enjoy being single. But also, you got to have this feeling and level of trust in you that you got to trust that who is meant for you will come, and who is meant for you will stay. You got to have that trust. So if you go on a date with a woman, and maybe you go on multiple dates with a woman, and you think everything's going great, and she starts to back away, then just trust that this was just how it was meant to happen, and this just was what was meant to happen, and you just let her go, okay? And the best thing about being able to let women go who suddenly detach themselves and start to lose interest is if you're strong and you don't chase her down and you're not asking her questions as to what happened, you're just letting her go, you're just letting her be free. You're not trying to lock her down into anything. You're not trying to get an answer out of her because you're angry or because you're upset or you're butthurt about it. You just let her go. You're like, well, you know, it's almost like the door is just always open to you, okay? So she can come in, she can come out, she can come in, she can come out, and you're not doing anything at all, okay? You're just letting it be. If she comes back, great. If she doesn't come back, that's also great, because what is meant for you will find you. And if you display that strong behavior and you know that you'll be okay if she leaves, no matter what time in that timeline of, it could be at the beginning, it could be 10 years down the road, you're going to be okay. And if she can sense that from you, she will never leave you. And if she can sense that from you and she still likes you and she loses interest, she will come back if she still likes you. If she doesn't like you, then she'll just leave. And then you've got to trust in that philosophy of who is meant for you will come. Who is meant for you will stay. So thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to get in touch with me personally and you'd like coaching with me, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye.